Hello, this is a video slideshow presentation of the PayPal Creative Case by Ayumi, Ernest, Juan Pablo, Paul, and Selim.
So PayPal is the most universal payment facilitator in the world. We're trying to target more of a young audience because most of our audience now are adults, and we don't have a big market share with the teenagers. So what we're trying to do is become a virtual wallet that empowers all users, and the users are in control of all of their money. We have a lot of competitors on the regional level, so this is going to pose a difficulty in our marketing plan. But we're trying to have a strategic marketing plan so we can be better than those regional competitors. The digital payment services industry trends is to be a more simple platform, and we're trying really hard to achieve this. And we want to have a more financial inclusion, include people that are not usually in the financial services sector. In this strategy, we're trying to target a younger audience, teenagers from 12 to 17 years old. And our research showed that their behavior is they want to be more independent, they're very curious people, and they seek connections with their friends and value the options of their friends. So what we see is that they need a system that allows them to easily receive money with relative ease and without the complexity of the normal banks. And we can clearly see is that their motivation is to be responsible for their own finance.
Moving on to the next part, we decided to split the objectives of our campaign into two major directions. First one focuses on the promotional aspects of our campaign, and those include clarifying misconceptions so our customers are conscious about what PayPal actually is and how can they use it. Secondly, we want to increase our market share within teenage demographics. And thirdly, we want to increase our customer base, making sure that PayPal becomes the main payment system in the families. On the other hand, we are talking about the internal objectives. Our main goal there is to ease the use for younger adults and make it more accessible for them. Proceeding to the map out of the customer journey the typical teenager might have when using our product, we subdivided it with 5 major stages, starting with awareness. This stage revolves around how a teenager might find out about PayPal. Second stage is consideration, where the teenagers research our services and compare them to other possible competitors. Moving on to the first step, that is the purchase, is the step where a person becomes a user by simply downloading our app. Simply moving on to the service stage, where a customer is signing up to the services we provide. And then the last step is loyalty. So once the customer realizes the ease of use of and general utility of our product, they become consistent with us and stay with PayPal.
Based on the information found within the case study, as well as our own personal input, our group identified 4 key pain points within teenagers. These these are the clash between their desire for independence while also being under their parents' supervision, the limited time they have for all of the activities they do on a day-to-day basis, the desire to avoid perhaps more complex financial solutions offered towards their adult counterparts, as well as the fact that they're overly conscious about other people's opinion, which is why they value it so much. Identifying these points proved to be crucial as we sought to address them through our proposed intervention strategy. This strategy has 3 main axes, starting with the concept, which revolves around transmitting the value of PayPal to younger audiences. PayPal can be specifically useful for them, since it's an easy way for them to receive money, such as their allowance, to then spend it. This provides them with that certain degree of independence, as they can spend the money in however they please, while also recognizing a certain dependence, since it is their parents who are actually the ones depositing the money and they do not have access to credits. So it solves this first pain point in an efficient manner. As for the messaging, the main message we want to transmit is that this is a payment service that understands you. This will be crucial as teenagers tend to have a very hectic lifestyle that combines school, a part-time job, extracurricular activities, social life, etc. So for them to feel that this is a service that has been designed to suit their needs will go a long way. As for the media, we will employ a social media campaign that will seek to leverage one of the pain points in our advantage, which is the fact that teenagers are usually conscious about other people's opinions. By employing young celebrities and influencers, relatable scenarios that involve PayPal, as well as personal anecdotes of users, we believe that we can reach this demographic and communicate a value proposition that makes it clear that this is a simple and reliable form of digital payment service, which will solve the last pain point these customers tend to have. Once this is done, a brand opportunity will become available. One, to start the process of dissemination about PayPal to younger customers.
Our goal is to communicate in a way that attracts young users and increases sales. To do this, we recommend implementing a strategy that involves informing our audience about the benefits of our service. So, we will focus on Instagram and TikTok. Why? It's because it's where teenagers are most active. The campaign will be run by PayPal's advertising team, with younger members leading the way to make content more relatable. We will use a mix of informational and promotional content to explain PayPal's benefits while keeping users engaged. About the three C's, first of all, there is a community. Since PayPal doesn't have a strong social media following among teens, we will first use influencers and celebrities to reach them. Then, we will encourage everyday users to share their own stories with PayPal using the hashtag MyPayPalStory. Second of all, about the co-creation. We will start by working with famous influencers like Charlie D'Amelio to promote PayPal. As you can see on the pic, there is, for example, a 24 hours in the life of Charlie D'Amelio where she will use the PayPal. So later, real users will share their own experiences to make the campaign more authentic and trustworthy. And for the last point about content, our content will focus on short videos, including Instagram Reels and TikTok posts, combining real life action with animation. We will also use simple and eye-catching ads to explain PayPal's benefits.
The action plan for our strategy is split up into 3 phases. The first being generic and broad. This will utilize influencers and celebrities who have a high following within the teenage age group that we are aiming towards. And this content will be more aggressive and direct, straight to the point. And we want this to be informational to allow users to, or potential users to know what PayPal really is and what it's used for. Then we have our second phase, which is relatable scenarios. We'll have actors or maybe even influencers interpreting realistic scenarios of teens. This way we can create more relatable and maybe slightly overproduced content that will be more attractive towards this teenage demographic. This will be both informational and promotional. Then we have our final phase, which is personal experiences. This is where we'll have paid users sharing their personal experiences using PayPal as a way to sort of demonstrate how useful it is to them. And this will also be more promotional. Finally, we have the methods in which we will use to measure the success of our campaign. First, to measure the success of our social media posts, we will be looking at how many followers we gain on our PayPal account. And with celebrities, with celebrities and influencers, we want to see how many times that their posts have been shared, liked, or viewed. Then we can see how successful they are by looking at how many people have downloaded PayPal through the links given to these celebrities or links on our post. And we can also see then how successful it is by looking at the frequency and volume of payments made by these new users. And our way of measuring our return on investment is simply just production costs, which is just the cost to produce our content, and then the costs for celebrity or influencer endorsements, which is how much we will be paying them, divided by the number of consumers acquired in our 12 to 17-year-old age range. And finally, the way that we will be measuring our overall success from this campaign is by simply looking at an increase in market share within the digital payment market that PayPal will have, specifically in the demographic of teens from 12 to 17 years old. Thank you.